Welcome to the LMD Podiatry Podcast. Trust us to get back on your feet. Here's your host, Dr. Lauren DaBakaroff.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the LMD Podiatry Podcast. I'm your co-host, Jeremy Wolf, joined by your host, Dr. Lauren DaBakaroff. Dr. Lauren, always a pleasure.
Hello.
Ooh, you went with a nice you're doing a little background shift there. I like that.
Yeah, it's a mess back here. So.
Nah, you're good. So I thought today we do knock off a few frequently asked questions. And there's some things that have been on my mind, some topics that I wanted to get some clarity on. I'd assume that some our listeners out there probably experienced some of these things in the past. So let's kick this off. How should I determine the right shoes to wear for my foot?
So the thing about shoes in general, that most shoes today are made for foot size and not foot type. So there's all different types of foot types. Like people have high arches, low arches, wide feet, narrow feet, long toes, different things like that, misshapen feet. So a lot of times, the shoe is just generic. Like it's okay, size 11 men's. It's just for the length. The size is just for the length. But the one thing I always recommend is stop buying all your shoes online. Give yourself a chance. Go to a shoe store. Have your foot measured width and length to make sure you're wearing the right size, and make sure when you are checked that you're fully weight bearing, meaning you're not sitting and putting your foot down. You're standing upright, and then you'll see your foot kind of shifts forward. And then you realize your foot's actually longer or wider than you think. So that's, fitting it to your foot. That's the number one thing that you start with. And that's, any shoe store has all the different shoe sizes and width for you. Now for foot type, if you're flat, high arched, it's really hard to kind of accommodate that with shoes, because all the shoes today are, again, they're not custom. Which is how, what I do is I do a lot of custom orthotics. And what that does is it helps, realign your foot and, control the biomechanics of your foot, helps you walk better with the right shoe. And the orthotic, you should have a great fit.
You mentioned orthotics. I've had orthotics in the past. I do not wear them now, but I know that I do have flat feet. Right. So somebody that has flat feet, that's not currently wearing orthotics or doing something to make the situation better. Are my feet prone to get worse? Like, can flat feet get worse over time? How does that work for somebody?
So first of all, flat feet are genetic. So if you have flat feet, either your mom, your grandma, your dad, someone in your family had it. And most of the time, flat feet is sourced out of, partially genetics, mostly ligamentous laxity. It means like all your ligaments in your foot and your body are just a little bit more stretchy. So without enough control and support in your foot, the flat foot will progressively get worse as you age. So right now you're fine, but if you keep walking the way you're walking with the flat foot, without any support or structural support or strengthening of the foot, it will progressively get worse. And then some patients have very symptomatic, painful flat feet over the years.
Okay. So is there anything that I should look for? So I'm speaking for myself personally, because I have flat feet. I guess I haven't had any major issues other than what we discussed when I came in. Is there anything that I should look for, though? Any specific pain in any area of my foot that might tell me it's time to go get some solution done for this?
So arch pain. So if you have any arch pain or any pain on the inside of your ankle, then that's a sign that you're definitely wearing the wrong shoes, or, and your orthotics or inserts are not working for you anymore. So arch pain and like medial ankle, meaning the inside of your ankle, that's usually the two triggers for knowing you're wearing the wrong shoes. And you're not wearing orthotics, especially if you have flat feet.
Got it. Next question, Dr. Lauren. What is a bunion? everybody's heard bunion before, but I guess if I was pressed to explain exactly what it is, I'd probably be clueless. So tell us, what exactly is a bunion?
All right. So a bunion is a deformity of your joint. Basically, it's more visual. This is a podcast, so we're just going to listen. Basically, it's when your big toe starts facing the outside of your body, and then the joint behind it starts facing the inside of your body. So basically, you start getting a bump on the inside of your foot, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger over the years if you don't do anything about it. And then the bump can get red. You need to wear wider shoes, things like that. It's a deformity, essentially. Also genetic. Best way to prevent it is bunion splints at night. You could easily purchase those on Amazon or online. Basically, it trains the joint to stay in place when you go to sleep. And then the other thing that's the kicker is obviously the custom orthotics or non-custom, because it aligns your foot with your ankle and your leg, and that actually controls the motion of your foot, prevents the bunion from getting worse. So that's what it is. But it's an ugly deformity. It's basically when your foot and your toes are not aligned, and then you get this whole bone sticking out on the inside of your foot.
Interesting.
It's hard you need to visualize it. It's great. You can see it. Like if I had an x-ray, be like, oh yeah, that is not a straight foot.
So I get these all the time. Next question. Ingrown toenails, right? And I find that normally the way I fix it for me is I'll end up getting a pedicure, and they'll put my feet and soak them in water, and they'll get in there and do their thing and fix it up. But I know that a lot of people don't go get pedicures. What are some good ways or some things they can do to prevent ingrown toenails from occurring in the first place?
So first of all, don't go to the nail salon to fix your ingrown toenail. They actually make it worse. And I'll tell you why. So what they're cleaning in the nail salon is the dead skin that's forming around the ingrown toenail. So they're not fixing the ingrown toenail, they're just relieving some pressure from the side. Why are they making it worse? Because when you clean it and clean it and clean it over and over and over again, it actually trains the root of your nail to grow more into that direction, creating a more ingrown toenail over time. It's just like when you shave, your hair grows into the direction that you cut it in. So the root of the nail, I'm going to show you, I don't know if anyone can see, but if this is my thumb, right? So the root of the nail is back here, okay? And then that's where the nail grows out of. When they cut from the sides, basically it's just relieving a little bit of pressure, but the root is still there, and it's going to just keep growing into the corner. And it's not fun, and it's painful, and nail salons, they can get it infected if you don't have someone who's using sterile equipment, you're not being careful, but it's only going to give you temporary relief, and it's actually making your ingrown toenail worse. So the best way to prevent them is to just let your nail grow out and cut them straight across. And then that over time will help train your nail to grow straight. And if it doesn't get better, there are both invasive and non-invasive ways that I have available in my office to fix your ingrown toenail. That basically, helps the nail grow out straight and flat as a board.
It's interesting. See that? You learn something new every day. Here I am thinking that I'm going to get my ingrown toenails fixed when I get pedicures, and I'm actually making it worse in many cases. So look at that. The more you know.
Yes. I'm a plethora of information today.
Yes.
Q&A.
Indeed. So awesome. That was good. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up unless there's anything else that you wanted to share before we bring this to a close.
If you have any foot issues, you know where to find me.
Yeah, go check out Dr. Lauren. She's doing great work over there. Like I said, you've helped me personally with some issues I've had. As I run a lot, I started experiencing some pain in my feet, and I went in, you fixed me up real quick. My stepmother came in, you helped her tremendously. So keep up all the good work you're doing over there. And we'll catch everyone next time on the next episode. Everyone take care. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the LMD Podiatry Podcast. For more information, visit lmdpodiatry.com. That's lmdpodiatry.com. Or call 954-680-7133.